Hello everybody, welcome back. It's JudiciousFire and I am here with a new update. We're going to be looking at the new hero Young Spark. We're going to be rolling for the new hero as well as playing the new game mode. See if we can't acquire him with soul stones. Please hit the subscribe button. Analytics are showing that only 50% of viewers are actually subscribed to the channel. Subscriptions don't have anything to do with monetization. YouTube doesn't work that way anymore. The subscriptions tell YouTube that Castle Clash videos are still popular. It gets them in recommendation feeds and it gets Castle Clash videos out there. So help support and let's see where we can go. Let's try first thing. And this is a big recommendation to all Castle Clash players. They have retroactively given us a ton of rewards, and you need to claim those first. So you go to your might and scroll all the way back to the very beginning of where your might begins. I guess that's going to be a peasant 1. Every blue box can be collected for a new set of rewards. Let's do that now. Okay, we have collected all of our rewards up to our might level. Everything from hero cards to honor badges and basically every resource in the game. Let us go to the new game mode. Okay, new game mode. You get a certain number of attempts a day. I believe a max is 4. You're going to be taking on the new hero. Each time you beat him, you're going to acquire soul stones. It's a really easy way to get the new hero for free. Both of the new heroes are gem rollable, so there's no floating isle involved this month. If I want to spend gems, it'll weaken the hero. I can spend gems up to 4 times to weaken the hero. I can only take one hero along with me in battle. Let's weaken him one time. And let's challenge him. Okay, I'm taking on this man using my Dynamica. Well, we won. Little tip. I read this in the forums, and so I'm not going into this completely without knowledge. This hero has a tremendous healing capability, the one that we're fighting. It is recommended that whatever hero you choose, it could be Gunslinger, it doesn't have to be Dynamica, it could be Zephyrica, it could be Levanica, Anubis. Have a Wicked Armor on that hero and also have a Soul Healer, either through talent or insignia. If you can't come up with a Soul Healer, use a Malaise enchantment. If you can't do that, use the new pet that lowers healing. Anything that you can do to suppress the healing of this guy, as well as pack on a Wicked Armor for reflect and deflect mitigation, and you're good. Let's try again. This time I did not buy the bonus. Maybe I don't need it. Okay. I'm running this Dynamica with a Wicked Armor and a Soul Healer insignia, a Cold Drake pet, and the enchantment of I believe Spectral Hold. I don't think I need to spend any gems to beat this guy. Let's just fast forward. Yeah, he's dead. And now 108 soul stones for this victory. What? Woo! Like a hot knife through butter. Okay, it's telling me that the highest stage has been cleared. I have a feeling that it's not going to reset for the rest of the event. I think for the next 2 days and 18 hours, it's just going to say you've reached the highest stage, and we can't go any further. In total, we have accumulated 438 Young Spark Soul Stones. That's 2 copies of the new hero. Let's collect them. Okay, we have our friend Young Spark. Now at single evolved, max skill level. I'm not worrying about his talent now. We also took him up to max inscription level, as well as raised his destiny as far as we can go. Here's Young Spark in his normal form, and now Young Spark with the skin. Okay, we're back with our good friend Young Spark. Young Spark is at Breakthrough 30, Skill 11. I went with a 7 Holy Conviction. The man has no damage reduction at all. And I went all accuracy. Complete accuracy. As far as his talents go, right now I have a 5 Wicked Armor and a 5 Dragon's Cover. I want to illustrate a couple of things, and I want to point out a couple of things that this guy does, as well as some of his limitations. Look at this guy like Succubus on steroids. He does a percentage-based damage against the enemy. So a certain percentage, 7% of the enemy's health, gets taken away when this guy does a basic attack, his normal attack. That is a fixed amount. So if I have Wicked Armor, which gives a huge attack boost, it will still take off the same amount of damage as if I had a Dragon's Cover. It'll always be based on a percentage of the enemy's health, just like Succubus. If you had Tenacity on Succubus, she'd still do the same amount of damage with her skill as she would with a War God. It's always based on a percentage of the enemy. I want to point out something in his skill description in the future. Okay, right now he is at skill 11. I'm in the Hero Compendium. I don't think in this update we're going to be able to get him beyond skill 11. Look at how he changes up to skill 15 in the months to come. 310, 68, 7, and 50. Let's jump it all the way up to 15. 470, 92, 7, and 50. He gains a huge attack speed and dodge boost as his skill goes up, but the percentage of damage he does against the enemy still stays at 7%. So the guy we got right now, he goes super fast. He gets a huge dodge boost. That lasts for 10 out of 14 seconds. So for 4 seconds, he's normal speed, and he doesn't get a dodge boost. He has no problem with silence. Guy can't be silenced. And he does that percentage-based health strike. 7% of the maximum health of the hero. And that's huge. He also gets a huge health recovery. And that's something to keep in mind. So by giving him the Holy Conviction, I give him damage reduction. What's missing in all this? Guy doesn't have any damage reduction. And also now with the Holy Conviction, that whole healing process gets boosted up. He is a guy that I believe is susceptible to reflect and deflect, especially with that kind of a strike. I would have a Wicked Armor or a Dragon's Cover as one of your talents or an insignia form. I think it's vital. Let's take a look at the damage he does with Dragon's Cover versus Wicked Armor. Okay, he's got no insignia, no pet. I canceled the Warden by bringing along Atlanticore. There's no funny business. It's just a 5 Dragon's Cover. Let's look for the red number above the big red beast. Okay, 5,533,906. Look at it again, 5,533,906. Exact same scenario. No insignia, no pet, no warden. Nothing helping him out. Only now he's got a level 5 wicked armor that gives him a 100% attack boost, making him stronger, in quotes. Let's take a look at this percentage damage hit and see if that number doesn't change. $5,533,906. The percentage based damage is always going to be fixed, just like Succubus. So, this is a guy where you've got to give him some kind of reflect and deflect mitigation through wicked armor or dragon's cover. And this is a guy where you should have no problem at all putting a lot of damage reduction on him and making him super tanky. Because keep in mind, even if you're running massive attack like Unholy Pact or whatever, it's not going to affect the one thing that he does special, and that's a 7% hit against the enemy. So might as well build him with a lot of damage reduction, make him super tanky, and allow him to continually hit for 7% over the course of a long battle. Build this guy with damage reduction and make him a tank. Because everything that he does relies upon him hitting the enemy, I chose to go with accuracy, and I think that's a very good thing to do. I would go with the town of either Wicked Armor or Dragon's Cover. It's a lot of great insignias or other talents that you might want to try on him. Let's take a look. The attack boost from Vampiric Grail is not going to affect the 7%. All the attack talents will not have an effect on that 7%. It'll always be fixed. But the other things that Vampiric Grail do would make him even better at what he does. I could even see him with a fiery comment, but probably in insignia form. Soul Healer would be awesome. Stop the enemy from healing while he just bashes away at him with 7% per basic attack. I bet Soul Healer is going to end up being one of the talents or insignias that really help to get this guy to shine. Expect that one to become popular. I might even put it on him as his second talent. Maybe take the Wicked Armor off because I don't see him helping him in that way. True Piety, you better believe it. That'd be great. Even a silent cover. Make him tankier. Allow him a chance to silence some enemies. He gets a huge dodge boost. Now all of a sudden he gets an even greater dodge boost. He'll get a maximum health recovery. The attack is still decent, but it's not going to affect the 7%. I could see him doing really well with Vigorous Fury. Wicked Armor, I think, is going to be one of his preferred talents, just like Dragon's Cover. I would not build this guy with a dodge build. I know he gets a dodge bonus, and typically my brain works that way. If a hero is given a boost, make it even stronger. But all he would do is just dance around like a ghost and not do anything. He's got to hit. The one thing that makes him special as a hero is the fact that he's knocking people for a percentage of their maximum health. Could see him doing really well with a Vital Boon, a Zealous Drive, especially because of his defensive properties. Beautiful with a Sacred Light. You saw how stunned up he got. Iron Will to help him out every once in a while, but insignia form when you need it. I don't really see him power or any kind of auto proc purpose in this guy. He doesn't do anything against the enemy globally. He doesn't do anything to help your team. He really is an island unto himself. He doesn't do anything in a team-based way. I could even see him with a life drain, as we moved further down the talents. Because he is not immune to silence, I think Flame Guard could be a very, very viable option. Of course, you have Spectre's Instinct to worry about, but he could be a real massive reflector of damage with Flame Guard. That is absolutely an option. And of course, good old Revive. And we'll see when it comes to player versus player modes if Revitalize doesn't make a difference. It typically does, and especially with a guy who gets this kind of a boost in combat. While I was building him and in the process of building this hero, my friend in the game, Bubblegum Jelly Fabled, did a really great thing. He attacked me multiple times, but always with different heroes. And so we're going to get to see how our man does. Now, he's not, maxed out or anything, and he was in the middle of the build process through all of this, but we get a good look. With a level 5 Wicked Armor, he's taking 21,000 reflect damage, and that's why the 21,000 keeps repeating and repeating. He's doing a decent job against Ashura. Decent. He's doing health-based strikes every once in a while. Ashura has Drogo and zeroes out on damage every once in a while. Let's go next to battle. Okay, now we're going to see Levanica, and lava starts raining down stuff all over him. This is going to be a limitation for our new buddy in the game. If he's just sitting there, he can't really do anything. He doesn't have a global attack. He's not hitting from afar, hitting from a distance. We see Ronin now. Our man does not have the ability to hit through stealth or elusive, and Ronin's just able to pummel him. Now, if he had a fiery comet, that might be a little bit different, but it would only be a minimum of attacks during that time. Watch Dove. 2 strikes, and our man's out. That guy doesn't have a lot of health, but it does show you that this guy can get sniped out pretty quickly. The things that he does rely on him being engaged in combat and direct attacks with the enemy. Now against our old friend Zephyrica. See what happens. He is not able to cut through damage caps. You see that Zeph takes a fixed amount of damage, 36,000 each time. And there's no way to get this hero to cut through damage caps like a Bloody Mary or a Valiant Saintist. That 7% is only against non-damage capped heroes. Okay, we now have a Valiant Saintist. This is why I'm glad that I have a little bit of damage reduction with the Holy Conviction. He's got a Wicked Armor on him during all of these attacks, so only damage reduction that I'm getting is through the Holy Conviction. He has no insignia. He's holding his own. He's doing a decent job against Valiant, but he's not able to bring her down at this point in his upgrading and development. We go up against Ashura again. Ashura with Drogo Pet. I'm going to take 21,000 because of the Wicked Armor 5. That's the reflect I'm taking. Look at the fixed amount of damage that Ashura is taking. It's like 200,000 per strike. Could even be more than that. It's about 203,000 per strike. And we were able to get through Ashura that time. That's a variety of different things that are going on. I think we got a little bit lucky. I think we were able to get strikes in between when Drogo wasn't operating and zeroing out his damage. We put the following 3 heroes into the hero assist system. We put a stealth insignia on each of these 3 heroes simply to get their attack up. And we put a high attack, a high accuracy, and a high crit damage pet on each of these heroes. And that all transfers over to the new hero. Now back to Young Spark. Young Spark is now coming in at 100,000. This guy's not even halfway done. Okay? He's at 100,000 attack. 2.6 million health. Remember the huge attack speed boost that he gets that's going to lower his attack speed. 36,000 accuracy. Already 10,000 dodge. He gets an extra however many. 60%, 68% dodge. 4,000 crit, 11,000 crit damage, almost 5,000 crit resist. Beast numbers. Let's take a look at what he does in combat. Let's take on KG 312 Dom's base. Got a lot of heavy hitters on this base. It's going to be tough. But right in front of us, we got a Dynamica. I want to see how this guy does against Dynamica. I have him with a 10 Dragon's Cover. And I also have him with a True Piety. I think that and a Soul Healer would be very, very nice. Or maybe Wicked Armor, True Piety, Wicked Armor, Soul Healer, and exchange Wicked Armor or Dragon's Cover back and forth. Save you some time. As he was fighting through the troops, he ended up getting himself vaporized by the auto procs on base. And that is a real liability with this guy. Unless he is engaged directly with the enemy face to face and smashing on him, that healing process of his isn't really working. Alright, we got King Porsche's base. We're going to go right up against Dynamica. I am guessing we're going to get smoked very quickly. Yeah, taken out. Dynamica is a much heavier hitter than Spark is. And because Dynamica also has a damage cap for half the time, even that 7% attack only goes halfway. Then it would stop functioning once the damage cap kicks in. Okay, we're going to try against Firebull D9K's base. He also has a Dynamica, but the Dynamica is on the other side of the base. Instead of going head to head, I'm going to try on the other side, try to work my way over. He is very, very susceptible to Boreal Fox, to Cosmo, that whole team. I have made 2 switches on the man. I have placed Mutant Radiant Hawk on him for damage reduction, even more damage reduction, and extra healing. And I changed his insignia to a Soul Healer. So he is now running a Dragon's Cover, a Soul Healer, and Mutant Radiant Hawk, all accuracy traits, and a Holy Conviction. And he needs it. There are times his health can really, really drop. But if he's not taking on damage-capped heroes like Dove and Zeph, he does a decent job. He's taking them out one at a time. He's doing nothing against Ronin. He has no kind of global attack, no ability to see through stealth or elusive, any of that stuff. He's getting hit now by Dynamica. As this battle continues, I'll make one brief comment. The 2 new Wardens in this game are extremely powerful. And they are... it's not really an exaggeration to say that they're almost twice as powerful as the other 3 Wardens, the red, green, and the white. So now that we have 2 heroes in each Warden system, each of the new Warden systems, experiment with sending just those 2 heroes out and take advantage of the Warden system. And you'll find that Dynamica performs better when he's using his Warden. He lasts longer. He does more damage. Same with this guy. Also, it does mean, and I really do think that the legendary heroes, the purple heroes in this game, I think they're done. With the smallest exceptions that I could possibly think of. I think they were kind of hit Castle Clash 2.0, and they've stopped doing legendary heroes. So plus side is now we have these really high stat epic heroes, and they are more available to players, and you can get them free, and you can develop them over time, and you have things to do with your dupes if you get them, and it's not just based dependent on gem rolling. It's the plus side. Negative side is essentially the last 6.5 years that you've been developing heroes. If you've been playing since the beginning, those heroes are now slowly getting phased out. Heroes in Castle Clash have always been slowly phased out, but now an entire category of hero, the legendary purple, is being phased out and is starting to become like the blue elite. And I think in about a year from now, all we'll be running are epic heroes. Okay, Young Spark. Young Spark does a heck of a lot of damage based on the percentage damage that he does against the enemy. That is a fixed damage. And up in his attack abilities is not going to change that 7%. He has no global attack. He has no way to buff the team and make them stronger. He has no way to debuff the enemy and make them weaker. He is a hero unto himself. He is very much like our friend Wordless Zealot. Wordless Zealot is a hero that I'm not going to say is a bad hero by any means. He's a very, very strong hero. But he is a hero that has limited use in this game. Majority of our game modes against the computer have damage capped enemies. Back to Young Spark. Archdemon, the boss, they're all going to be taking the same amount of damage. Maximum 500k in the case of the Archdemon, or 60,000 if it's the boss. That's 7%. That won't mean anything against the computer, against damage cap computer monsters and bosses. Against heroes of today, it will be effective as long as the hero does not have a damage cap. But keep in mind how long you gotta beat on somebody to get that 7% to add up to 100. Okay? You gotta really take your time and go the long battle. Go damage reduction on this guy. Try to make him a tank. Don't worry about too much attack. More damage reduction you can give this guy, the better. Keep him alive. Right now we're just seeing him at his birth. He will start to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And as that happens, I think he will be a very good player versus player hero. Lost battlefield kind of scenario. But I do not see this guy as a game-changing hero, or somebody that you're going to have on your base defending, or that you're even necessarily going to have in your attack team when you're going out to attack the enemy. So that's just my judgment call on this guy. I would say he's an average hero, obviously with his huge stats from being an epic hero. I mean, he's a beast. But as far as, that goes, he's in that average zone. I hope Young Spark comes to you quickly. The new game mode will give you 2 immediately. And the rest you can just roll, even with the free roll for the day. Take your time upgrading him. I guess that's the new pace with epic heroes. Take your time. Once you get them up to breakthrough, the rest is just small differences in the abilities of the hero. I hope you're enjoying your clashing. I'll check you on the next one, and we'll look at the next hero. See ya.